So, what are the two films about? Amelie is a whimsical French romantic comedy that follows the journey of a young waitress named Amelie Pauline. Amelie is a quirky and imaginative woman who finds joy in bringing happiness to those around her. She embarks on a series of secret acts of kindness, helping those she encounters find love, connection, and a sense of fulfillment. As Amelie spreads joy, she also embarks on her own journey of self-discovery, ultimately finding love with a quirky young man named Mhico. And the other movie is Rashomon. Rashomon is a Japanese period drama film that explores the nature of truth and human perception. The film revolves around a murder that takes place in a forest, and the story is told through the conflicting accounts of the individual involved, the bandits who committed the crime, the samurai's wife, samurai himself, and a woodcutter who witnessed the event. Each character's account is subjective, revealing their own biases, motivation, and desires, ultimately leaving the audience to question the true nature of the events of the reliability of the human memory. Second question. Research on both filmmakers and about their background in filmmaking. According to my research, Jean-Pierre Jeunet is a French filmmaker known for his imaginative and visually stunning storytelling. He gained prominence with films like Delicatessen and The City of the Lost Children. But his most celebrated work, Amelie, showcases his unique ability to blend whimsical narratives with rich visual aesthetics. Jeanette's craft emphasizes character depth and an enchanting portrayal of everyday life, making a significant contribution to contemporary cinema through his distinctive style and theme of human connection. And Akira Kurosawa, a legendary Japanese director, is renowned for his profound impact on global cinema. With a career spanning over 5 decades, he is best known for films like Seven Samurai and Rashomon. The latter introduced innovative storytelling techniques, presenting multiple perspectives on the same event, which has influenced countless filmmakers. Kurosawa's mastery of visual composition, characters development, and exploration of moral dilemmas has solidified his legacy as a pioneer in film history. Next question. Third question. Provide a visual explanation on how the film were shot, made, and edited. What visual appeal and editing were added into both films in order for it to support its story? Were they effective? How? Yes or no? Support your claims by providing screenshot from each film. So for me is for the visual appeal and editing were added into both films. So first is Amelie. So the visual appeal, for to Amelie's movie is, for me, is good because the wide shot angle to capture the beauty of Paris and create a sense of depth in the frame. This technique is also emphasizes Amelie's small stature, and her perspective on the world. The film, the film's unique visual elements such as the animated hearts beating in sync with Amelie's love interest and the quirky color sets contribute to the film charm and its ability to transport the audience to a world of wonder. And for the editing is for me is good. The editing is good because the film editing is seamless transition and rhythmic cuts because that's mirror Amelie's playful personality. That use of slow motion and flashback adds a dreamlike quality to the narrative, further enhancing the film whimsical tone. And if you ask me to effectiveness, for me is yes. For me is yes because the visual choices we because because the visual choices in Amelie are highly effective in supporting the film's story and enhancing its whimsical tone because the saturated colors, playful editing, and unique visuals element create a captivating and memorable cinematic experience that reflect Amelie's personality and her journey to find happiness. And and Rashomon movie, if you ask me to visual appeal is for me is good because Rashomon employs stark contrast in lighting and composition to create a sense of mystery and suspense. The shadowy forest and ruined shadow Rashomon Gate symbolize the darkness and uncertainty of the events unfolding. The film's minimalistic visual style allows the audience to focus on the characters' words and their shifting interpretation of the truth. And for the editing naman is for me is good because the non-linear storytelling and flashback to present the same event from the multiple perspective. The editing emphasizes the contradiction in each character's account, highlighting the unreliability of memory and the difficulty of discerning the truth. And linear editing is create a sense of ambiguity ambiguity and suspense that keep the audience engaged of questioning the true nature of the event. And if you ask me if effectiveness, so of course always yes because the effort and the visual choices in Rashomon are highly effective in the supporting the film's story and its exploration of unreliability truth. The black and white cinematography and contrasting lighting and nonlinear editing create is good. So for me, it's good. So question number 4, choose two shots on each films that made a great impact on you. Evaluate and scrutinize the scene why those four were memorable by making use of art elements and design principles and how they added to the effectiveness of the delivery on each scene. Further commentaries may be added in regard to emotion and personal interpretation. So for me, the scene is so for is Amelie movie scene. The scene is I want scene in a like fountain scene because vibrant green and red and low angle shot emphasizing Amelie's smallness and symbolize her renewal and hope. The dynamic composition reflect her emotional transformation. So I like fountain scene, and the next is carousel scene. So the carousel scene is bright color and swirling movement symbolize the joy and passion of Amelie and Nino's love. The symmetrical composition emphasizes their connection. And two Rashomon movies is Rashomon Gate. The decaying gate, contrasting and light and shadow, symbolizes the breakdown of the societal norms and the unreliable nature of truth. The unstable line reflect the story ambiguity. And the second one is forest scene, because its dark and shadowy forest creates a scene of mastery and suspense. The limited light and claustrophobic setting mirrors the characters' hidden motives and the difficulty of discerning truth. So question number 5. After watching both film, compare and contrast the film. Provide at least two similarities and two differences. Expound your answer as per needed. So let's go. Yan. So first is similarities. So the similarities is both focus on relationship. To Amelie show positive connection and Rashomon explores conflicting perspective. Both use striking visual and Amelie with vibrant colors. Rashomon is with stark contrast to enhance their narratives. So ayun yung similarities. And this is the differences. Amelie tells a straightforward in the story. Rashomon uses a fragmented, unreliable narrative. And Amelie is lighthearted and optimistic. And Rashomon is serious and explores moral ambiguity. Understand? Okay, next question. So, second to last question. In modern day filmography with CGI and visual effects often added, sometimes solely to make visually appealing films engage its audience. Is it still possible to make films that have a similar impact without much dependence on it? So let's go. So it's a yes, because films can still be impactful without relying heavily on CGI. Strong storytelling, good acting, creative cinematography, and the editing and practical effects can create powerful and engaging films. Even without extensive visual effect, the emotional connection with the audience is key, not just visual spectacle. So let's go. Last question. Bye. So, last question. What were your honest opinion about the films? Were they good or bad? Why or why not? Engaging or boring? Expound. Bow. Let's go. So, for me, for me, so for me is both are good because Amelie and Rashomon are really good movies, but they are different. Amelie is fun and happy. Rashomon is more serious. And Amelie, it's like a colorful cartoon with interesting characters. And Rashomon, it makes you think about truth and how people see things differently. And Amelie is it makes you feel good and remind you to be kind. So I repeat, it makes you feel good and remind you to be kind. And Rashomon is not as easy to watch as Amelie, but it is still really good. It makes you think even after the movie is over. And the Amelie is it's not boring, right? It's not boring because it's like a nice trip. So both movies are great, but Amelie is more fun and Rashomon is more too provoking. Neither one is boring. You know? Really? Really alright. Right? So that's all. Thank you.